Vandaag zijn we hier op Avans Hogeschool in Breda voor het Benelux Championship van de First Tech Challenge. Waarbij 25 teams uit de Benelux zich gekwalificeerd hebben van de 85 om te strijden voor een plek op het World Kampioenschap in Houston, Texas. Of het Premier Event in Europa wat in Eindhoven plaats gaat vinden.
Die robots, ja, is eigenlijk dezelfde techniek die we ook gewoon bij ASML toepassen. Hè? Je hebt het over mechanica, elektronica, software, optische sensoren, van alles.
Compared with when I was in the school, we had no computers back in that days, and I know that all. And now you see what they are doing with the computer is impressive.
Good afternoon, Lovelace. Are we happy to be back?
Challenge Premier Event organiseren. Gelijkwaardig wordt aan het WK.
Come on, guys. End of this tournament. I gotta have you guys off your feet. Well, not off your feet because I'm not loud. You gotta stay seated. But you can be louder than you are now. No, it's not full. But one more time. Lovelace, are we happy to be back? That's how we want it. All right, let's meet the teams who are ready to play in match 33. We start off with the Red Alliance, where we find from Kowloon, Hong Kong, it's team 23-732, Peasant Rabbits. They're joined by team 25-482, Sirius. And on the other side of the field, like a shooting star, it's team 99-63, Comets. And they were a little late, but we're very happy that they're here. It's team 23-018, Sys Nexus. Yeah, there we have their drum. Really looking forward to having them back on my field again. All right, we have our FTA going through some stuff, but we're about to begin in a couple sec. All right, the FTA are leaving the field. We got a thumbs up from our head ref. Thumbs up from our scorekeeper. Let's count it down, everyone. In 3, 2, 1, 0. And what a hit by the red robot, immediately dunking on that specimen. They are off to the races at the red side of the field. That basket is being filled. The chamber is being filled. 3, are we going for 4? Ooh, the Red Alliance unfortunately missing one sample, but the specimens are all on there. 5 specimens in auto, 3 samples. Wow, the Red Alliance scored a very, very big score.
1.
Ooh. The Blue Alliance is trying to get in there. They scored one of their specimens. I think they got a penalty over there for driving a little too early. It happens. We'll get through it later in the tournament. We'll be better at it. Well, all 4 robots now moving. Very happy about that. That's what we want to see. The Red Alliance preparing a lot of samples there. They're moving them over to the human player, so the human player can put on a hook, make him specimen, and that'll get that comeback in the later half where they score a lot. But their alliance partner, Sirius, they are filling up that basket. It's just a question of time when they have to start moving the scoring in the lower basket. The Blue Alliance working very hard themselves, already having a couple samples over to the human player so they can use them as specimens later on. And the Nigerian team scoring in that ground goal, making sure they are putting points on the board as well. While we're playing the Red Alliance, obviously continuing their lead by quite a bit, but the robot from Hong Kong now having a little bit of an issue, but they seem to have fixed it, so let's see them dunk a lot of those specimens on there. They have 40 seconds. They start now, 1 specimen on there. Ooh. 30 more seconds. Oh, they got a penalty over there. That is unfortunate. And now we are in endgame. Are we also going to see a couple of climbs? Are we going to see an ascent for a robot? Wow. That Hong Kong robot will make the specimen spin. 14, 13 seconds left. The Red Alliance has a massive advantage in points. I don't see the Blue Alliance coming back, but you never know. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Put down your controllers, please. So that's it for my field. Corey, we're coming back to you on field number 2.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us back here on field 2 of the Lovelace division today. We're going to kick it off with qualification match number 34. Let's meet our teams. First up on the Red Alliance is team 22933, Junior Jokers. And their partners this match, 16785, Team Robotics. Facing them in blue, first is 16382, Casimir Tech. And their partners, 2989, Baguette Techs. Our field and volunteers are ready, so teams, let's begin this match in 3, 2, 1, go. First move in autonomous comes from Baguette Techs on the Blue Alliance, one of the French teams competing with us this week at the European Premier event. They attempt to get their first specimen scored on the high chamber, picking up 10 points for the Blue Alliance. They're going to keep on working out of the blue observation zone. Same is happening on the Red Alliance from Team Robotics. They're neck and neck on that chamber as we count down the final 5 seconds of autonomous. Very tight score so far in Qual 34.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Drivers at the reins now. We are still a very close match coming out of autonomous as those point values do get doubled as teleop commences. Each of those game pieces scored get scored again at the conclusion of the match. So that is why those scores increase as soon as drivers transition into teleop. Blue Alliance starting to break away with a lead here. They have 4 specimens on that high chamber. So that's a 20-point advantage, 10 for each of them. 2989 works out of the observation zone. Still excellent coordination between their drive team and human player. They've got a close eye on their own robot to make sure that they can pass off those specimens as cleanly as possible. Meanwhile, their alliance partners, 16382, Casimir Tech, raise their arm up into the low basket, picking up 4 points for the Blue Alliance. Over on red, we have a similar strategy. 2 kind of similar robots also working in that net zone. We have an arm that is lifting up. High basket scoring, though, happening for the Red Alliance at this time, while the Blue Alliance is scoring on that low basket. Still about a 20-point advantage in favor of the Blue Alliance, though. A 4th specimen gets scored on the red high chamber to bring us to a score of 104-92 with 37 seconds remaining in match number 34. Team Robotics gets another 10 points as we enter the final 30 seconds of this match. The emphasis still on scoring. Unfortunately for the Red Alliance, a specimen does fall into the internals of that robot. They try to adjust their drawer to lose it so they can pick up another specimen. But time is running down, so teams are going to figure out what their last move is going to be in this match. We have contact with a rung, level 1, now level 2 for the Red Alliance in the final 2, 1. And that will wrap up qualification match number 34.
Stop your robot!
We just had a very exciting match in match 33. I think the Red Alliance was winning, but let's take a look if I'm correct. Lauren, show me the scores. The Red Alliance does take it with 304 points against 44. What a match, and we see one of them jumping into the 2 seed. Let's see if they can hold on to that. Well, that match is given. That means we move on to the next one. That's 35. There we find in the Red Alliance, team 28656, it's Cosmic Brownies. And they're joined by one of our Dutch teams today. It's 25905, Yellow IoT. On the other side of the field, we see team 25-584, Magis. And their alliance partners in blue, it's team 18-306, Stem Cells. I'm getting thumbs up. Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. The red alliance missing their first sample, but the blue alliance does score their first sample. We also already see one specimen on there. Lithuanian team have shown in their qualifying event that they can score quite a bit. Let's see if they can hold on. They go at it hard, already scoring 3 specimen, 4 specimen. Is that a 5th one coming up? It's a 5th specimen coming up. That's a lot of points for the Blue Alliance. The Red Alliance fought valiantly, have a sample on the board, but they're gonna need to work at it to catch back up. All 4 robots moving. Let's see what they plan to do during teleop. We see Magus with the tried and true strategy, scoring, bringing their samples to their human player for scoring on later. Their side of that, we see a red robot also doing exactly the same, and 2 alliance partners trying to score up in that high basket. Yeah, slowly but surely, less and less samples in that middle square. Let's see where they bring them. Time's ticking away. We're halfway through this match. We haven't scored a lot since teleop started, but this would be the moment to start scoring a lot of specimen. 1 minute on the clock, and there goes the Red Alliance, first to start shooting at specimen. There goes, oh, they missed their first. That is unfortunate. Now it's the Blue Alliance. They do score theirs. We're really racking up now the scores on the blue side, but the Red Alliance is now starting to answer. They score a specimen of their own, they're ready to go for the next one. Both specimen robots are flying across the field. They're so fast. The buzzer goes, endgame has started. We have 2 still standing robots as well. Can they perhaps go for that ascent? There we get some movement on the red side again. But neither Magis or Space Cookies are stopping. They keep on scoring 10 more seconds. Now Magis goes for the climb. I know they can go all the way up. They hook on, go up. And the buzzer goes. The Blue Alliance has a big lead, but let's look after the next match. Corey, over to you.
Thank you so much. We're back here over on field 2, which means I have scores for match number 34, our last match over on this field. So let's take a look at those as soon as we can get them up on the screen. Match number 34, going to the Blue Alliance, a score of 161 to 135 in that match. You will see a yellow card assessed on team 20989. Again, in that match breakdown, yellow card assessed to 20989. Overhearing referee, that is in violation of G405, movement during the transition from auto to teleop. We're back here on the field for qualification match number 36. So let's take a look at the teams we will be meeting this match. First up on the Red Alliance is team 25483 UNET. And their partner 19043 Sea Lice. Across the field in blue, 22660 Unity Sunset. And their partners, 26064 Circuit Breakers. Field and staff are looking like they're almost ready to go. Now we've got a thumbs up from all of our staff. So teams, this match will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Autonomous underway, 2 specimens scored high chamber immediately as the match begins. 10 points on the board, both sides of the field, and similar strategies unfolding. We've got cleanup underway on the color-coded spike marks in the respective corners of the field. Slight advantage in time, going to our Romanian team on the Red Alliance, 19. Your cleanup off of those spike marks. We also got some extra samples into the high basket for the Red Alliance on their side of the field. Blue still working on getting their first sample into their net zone. Unfortunately for the Blue Alliance, taking a look at the robot from Circuit Breakers, 26064, they've got a sample on top of their robot. That sample, they have to get it out of the body of their robot to avoid controlling more than one game piece at a time. It looks like that's what they're trying to do. So we'll keep an eye on them as we check out the remainder of this match. Tons of quick movement on that high chamber once again from 19043. They are cleaning up as many red samples as they can out of the submersible, getting it clipped from their human player, and then immediately getting it onto the high chamber. Human player's got at least 4 more specimens loaded up, ready to go. They've got 10 scored so far. They want to get that top chamber completely filled up at 10 points apiece. Unity Sunset on the Blue Alliance, similar strategy, just slightly slower in their execution, but they are racking up points as well. The 8th specimen on that high chamber now scored for the Blue Alliance with 40 seconds remaining in the match. Red Alliance in the lead. They're about to break 300 points, 292 to 123. 19043 almost out of room and almost out of samples. Only 4 or 5 remaining in the submersible for the Red Alliance. Final 20 seconds of the match underway. The Blue Alliance has determined they need to lock in an ascent here. They've made contact for level 1. Winching themselves on up for level 2, trying for a level 3, but so is 19043. 10 seconds remaining, still a little bit of time to score. Up to that top rung now in the final 3, 2, 1. A remarkably high scoring match. Phenomenal work on both sides of the field in match number 36 on the Lovelace division.
Be back here on field 1. I see the scores are immediately ready. Let's take a look at the scores for match 35. Wow, 214 points for the Blue Alliance, putting Magis in the 1 seed. That is an exciting score to see, and the Red Alliance scoring 77, not doing badly themselves. With that being said, let's take a look at the teams playing in match 37, and I am going to try my very best to pronounce everything correctly, but it's tough. Okay, we started off with team 23-161. It's Cyberlease Chapte Shashi. I tried. They're joined by team 724, Redneck Robotics 1. We move it over to the other side of the field. In the Blue Alliance, we find team 10-941, Shape Robotics. And their alliance partners, teams 28-552, Andy Blas. Hey, we have 4 robots ready. I get a thumbs up from all sides. Let's count it down. Through. Oh, back. Oh, no worries. Yeah, but you had it up. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. And the Red Alliance quickly starts scoring. Ooh, they missed one of their specimen. They lose it halfway in. But their alliance partners already scored 1 sample up high. I don't think a second is coming right now. But you don't know. They still have 15 seconds to go. Here goes their second specimen. The Red Alliance already going hard. Not a perfect autonomous, but enough to give them a big lead over the Blue Alliance. The Blue Alliance did go for a park and a score.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And we have 2 minutes of tally-up period. Let's see if the Blue Alliance can mount a comeback. Shape Robotics, unfortunately, there they start moving as well. They have a massive arm. Very curious to see how they use that. Redneck Robotics 1 keep on scoring up there. Cyberlee's Shatishashi trying to get as many specimen ready. Late in the game, they're really scoring a lot of points up there. Ooh, I think I see what's wrong. I'm not sure if that's meant to happen, but we're going to see a very challenging score for Shape Robotics, I think. There's a part of their arm dangling. It has a little bit the feel of one of those grippers. The games where you always lose, but let's see if Shape Robotics can split it to a win. We have 4 moving rows that we want to see. Ooh, the human player went into the zone on the red side of the field. That is unfortunate. It's going to give the Blue Alliance a couple points. In the meantime, the Red Alliance has a lead, but it's not a massive score as of yet. But now we see our Romanian team starting to score a lot of specimen. That'll start adding up 10 points every single time they put it on the chamber. "35 more seconds. Endgame starting any moment now. The buzzer goes now. And we have 25 more seconds. There's going to be potentially some climbs. We're going to see a couple more specimen. I think this is the last specimen. Ooh, unfortunate. The Romanian team not entirely perfect with their specimen, dropping a couple, which makes it tough. They have 8 more seconds. Is that enough to go for it again, or are they just going to have to go for the climb? Redneck Robotics 1 hooked on, but not climbing. That was it. Corey, take it away.
Thank you very much. We're back here on field 2. So I've got some scores to share from qualification match number 36. We knew it was a high scoring match, so let's look at the breakdown. 36 going to the Red Alliance division high score, 379 to 158. That last second level 3 ascent getting an extra 30 points for the Red Alliance in that match. Next up though is qualification match number 38 on the Lovelace division, beginning with the Red Alliance, team 14-183 Dukes of Brabant. Their alliance partner, 24-876 Starlink. Across the field, 16-417 ROC. And alliance partners, 23-018 CIS Nexus. Field staff and volunteers are looking ready. We've got...
Human player, put them down.
We've got our final checks happening on the field. Match will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. As Autonomous gets started, Human Player sees they have a lot of work to do over on the blue side of the field. 16-4-17, a bit of an interesting strategy here for ROC. They do have clips inside of their robot. Unfortunately, though, their Autonomous is targeting red specimens and getting them up on level on the high chamber for the Blue Alliance. That was a...
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Again, an unintended outcome for the Blue Alliance. They did score 2 of their own specimens, but 2 of the Red Alliance specimens. It did look like their vision during Autonomous accidentally targeting red samples as it got passed off and clipped. Again, a super interesting strategy though for ROC on the Blue Alliance. They are still ahead though, despite that mix-up during Auton, and a fascinating strategy and design. Their human player passed off clips to their robot so that that robot from 16-4-17 does not need to cycle back to the observation zone. They're able to just hang out in front of the submersible, pass off those samples, clip them internally to their robot, and they also score from inside the submersible. A very fascinating design being executed by a member of the Blue Alliance. Red, though, has been hard at work in the meantime. We see 24,876 mining out of the submersible. Purple robot for the Red Alliance. Being careful to try to grab the red sample that they are looking for. They want to bring it back to their human player so they can continue focusing on specimens for the Red Alliance. Their partner this match, Dukes of Brabant, on the net zone for the Red Alliance. They've passed off a low-scoring sample onto that playing field floor. Very quick, efficient scoring for endgame strategy will be. We still have 2 robots focusing on specimens for. They look identical. 3 on the floor on both corners of the field. Level 2 ascent achieved for 16,417. Final 5 seconds coming up in the match. Now 3, 2, 1. And it looks like a last-second attempt at a high chamber specimen will be successful for the Red Alliance. We'll pass it back over to Field 1.
Well, you guys certainly seem to be having fun on Field 2, but I'm sure Field 1 can be even louder. Guys, are you out there in the stands? That's how we want to hear it. So we're going to keep this up. This energy is what I want from you guys. All right, we had match 38. Let's take a look at the scores of match 37. And this match goes to the Red Alliance, scoring 219 points against 31 by the Blue Alliance. But look at those foul points. I'm sure we can improve on that during this tournament. Always a good idea to challenge yourself there and improve a little. All right, I have 4 robots on the field for you guys. Let's take a look. I'm getting distracted a little by some stuff happening behind me, but that's not important. Only here on the field is important to me, obviously. All right, we started off with the Red Alliance, where we see team 10, 1, 11. It's Herberger Javelinas. And they're joined by their entirely Northern American Alliance. It's team 16, 0, 31, Parabellum. Well, North America on one side, France on the other. Let's meet the teams in the Blue Alliance. It's team 22, 948, ISL Robotics. Out of the frying pan into the fire, we see team 20, 991, Frites. All right. We gotta wait a little. There's a little problem with the robot, but I'm in no rush to start. Are you guys in a rush to start? No? That's exactly how we want it, because we're not starting. So, anyone know a good joke? We can go get like a book of jokes, perhaps, if we have some time. I think the problem is around the Parabellum robot. They gotta try and reboot it. Any good tech support will tell you, have you tried turning it off and on again? That's how we can fix it, perhaps. So, most teams here qualified during one of their regional events, and the level was top notch there. But look how much we're upping it here. I heard over on Escher, they were 5 points away from scoring a world record. Now here, we have a record of 379, I think, on Lovelace. But I'm pretty sure, as our founder is Ada Lovelace, we can outscore those damn mathematicians. We should be able to score a lot higher. We're getting a green light on the robot now. The FTA giving a thumbs up, thumbs up. Everyone still ready? The scorekeeper's been having his arm up the entire time like this, so let's kick it off. 3, 2, 1, 0. And it was worth the wait. We start immediately with a sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance. The Blue Alliance has a specimen hooked on, but it doesn't release. I think they have to release before it counts as a score. They do score a sample in the high basket, but the Red Alliance, I've been watching there, they haven't been standing still. They scored 3 samples already, and they're trying for that 4th one. Fortunately, can't find one. It's tough. Well,
Drivers.
it releases at the end of time. I'm not sure how that's going to be called. That is up to the referees. I hear Escher's working as well. We're up. It's 2 minutes to go. 48 points for red, 36 for blue. It's a very, very tight match. 1 or 2 scores could really make sure you take home a win after this. So both alliances starting to move around samples. We see a couple more going into that high basket for red. We see a couple starting to go into that blue basket. But no specimens as of yet, except for that blue specimen we saw after auto already. Well, we'll see. The French team trying very hard to get a hold of that blue sample. Let's see, they bring it to the human player. Very curious to see if they can switch around. They have 20 points. That's 2 specimens they need to make up for. But yeah, obviously the Red Alliance, no intention to let them be caught, so they keep scoring as well. It's still a 2-score game. Slowly, we see, fighting for one of those samples. Who's going to get it? Both get their own sample. It's now a 3-score game. The Blue Alliance needing to start catching up. They have 40 more seconds to do so. They're within reach, but it's so tough to keep going. They do now start scoring specimen, and that could be it. Every single time you score 10 more points, they have the entire end game to get there. They still need 2 scores more. It is ever so close. 17 more seconds. Will we see any ascents? Can that be what brings it back into reach for the Blue Alliance? They get stuck on their chamber. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put down your controllers and let's bring it back to Corey.
Welcome back to Field 2 on Lovelace, which means we're taking a look at possibly getting our scores from that last match up on our screen. We'll wait that out for a few moments. In the meantime, let's introduce our teams for the next match we'll be seeing on this field. On the Red Alliance is Team 2694, Craft Coalition. Joining them in red, 25584, Magus. Across the field in blue, 19049, High Five. And 22-22, Lumio School, Robobober. Before we get rolling with this match, let's take a look at the scores from our most previous match on this field. That was match number 38, if we're able to do so. We do, in fact, have those scores before we move forward. That was a Blue Alliance win, 156-127. But we're getting ready for match number 40. We've got a thumbs up from our field crew. So teams, match will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Fast move right away from the Blue Alliance. That's High Five, dropping off a sample as they are trying to pick one up. You'll see High Five has programmed some feedback, it looks like, with their robot. When they have a sample, they're using some LEDs out on the front of their robot to indicate what color sample they have. We see it turn yellow and red as they adjust to pick up different samples. Their alliance partner moves out of the observation zone, 3rd specimen scored so far versus 5 on the Red Alliance.
3, 2, 1.
Teleop now underway. Blue Alliance advantage, 131-108. Taking a look at that score breakdown, having 5 samples scored in that high basket, definitely contributing to the lead for the Blue Alliance, but red is right behind them, so blue has got to keep up the pressure for the remainder of this match. 22-22 drops off the fourth specimen on the high chamber and pushes the remainder out of the way to make more room for themselves and their alliance partner. Across the field over on red, they've got 5 specimens on high chamber so far, still trying to catch up to that blue alliance score. The second high basket sample now getting deployed from a member of the red alliance. That was Craft Coalition, putting up a quick 8 points. 19:49, high 5. They continue to focus on high basket while Robobobers works on the high chamber specimen. Their human player making very quick work of transferring these samples and converting them to specimens with a clip to be deployed for that blue robot. 22-22. 45 seconds remaining in qualification match number 40. Blue Alliance in the lead, 231-162. Lots of efficiency in that high basket and high chamber for the Blue Alliance, but red is ahead when it comes to specimens. We'll see if those 10-point specimens might be able to outweigh the 8-point samples that are being built up into the high basket. Red still got room for a few more, but blue is running out. High 5 drops one of their first samples out of that high basket. 15 seconds remaining. 53 points separate these two phenomenal alliances on the Lovelace division. Final moments of the match coming up. High 5 takes flight, a level 2 ascent as we count down the final 2, 1. And that is the end of qualification match number 40. We'll send it on back to field 1.
Well, what an exciting match did we just see on field number 2. We had a very exciting match here in match 39 as well. Let's take a look at the scores for that match. It's the Blue Alliance taking it with a very close score, 153 against 145. Just one more specimen would have turned it over back to a red win. Well, that's match 39. Let's start introducing the teams for match 41. Here we start with team 2990. It's the Frenchineers. And they're joined by team 16382, Casimir Tech. We move over to the other side of the field, all the way from Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. It's team 23400, U-Force. And they're joined by team 27624, Tech 4-Piece Junior. Well, as the referee said, we are about to start. Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. 4 moving robots real quick. Now we saw a lot of scoring. The Red Alliance getting 1 sample in that high basket. The Blue Alliance doing the same. We're going to be seeing very similar scores here. It's 8 against 8, unless something changes in the next 3 seconds.
Drivers, pick up your controller.
The Red Alliance takes a very small lead of 11 points against the 8 for the Blue Alliance. We start playing right now in teleop. 4 robots moving around. The Frenchineers, unfortunately, standing still, but their alliance partners, Casimir Tech, flying across the field. They want to start scoring a sample of their own. On the other side, Tech 4-Piece Junior and U-Force scoring a lot of points already. I see at least 3 samples, 4 or 5 samples up in that high basket, and they are certainly not done. We still have 1 minute and 20 seconds. I imagine these points will be going up, 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 and away. Yeah, We see Team 23-400 Juforce flying across the field, but with it also a couple samples flying across the field. I'm sure they don't want that to happen as much as it is. Only one more minute. This is certainly not a gimme. It's 56 against 25. That's a 3-score game. The Red Alliance just has to work a little harder, and they may still very well catch up. Fortunately, the Frenchineers standing still again. I'm hoping they can get it to work. Yeah, there they are moving, and it's endgame starting right now. We have 4 robots on the field. Is there going to be any ascents? I see some hooks on both blue robots. I don't think I see a hook on the red robot. The blue Alliance robot hooking out. Are they going to go on there? They only have 7 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, in the nick of time, Tech for Peace Jr. Well, I'm very curious to see how that ends up. Corey, back over to you.
We're back on field 2, so let's take a look at the scores from the last match we played here on field 2. That was qualification match number 40. Match 40 going to the Blue Alliance, 306 to 252. Next up is match number 42, so let's introduce those teams. First up on the Red Alliance is team 16409, Team Orange. Their alliance partner, team 19120, Alphabet. Across the field in blue, first up is 25268, Power Cut Robotics. And their alliance partners, 25482, Sirius. Our field and staff are ready, our teams are ready. So this match will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. As Autonomous kicks off, first move for the Blue Alliance comes from Sirius. They pick up and lift their arm mechanism up into the high basket. A quick 16 points so far. They're looking to double that by cleaning up these spike marks right in front of their starting position. Team Orange, easy to find on the Red Alliance. They've scored 1 high basket so far, while 3 specimens have been scored on high chamber as Auton counts down.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Checking in on our score, Big Blue Alliance lead heading into teleop, 128-20 in favor of that Blue Alliance. Red has their work cut out for them, but they are moving as quickly as they can. 16409, they're going to clean up the Red Alliance spike marks, making sure that human player and robot do not occupy that same space at the same time. But now Team Orange has some options to pass off specimens to their robot, while robot goes to the submersible zone to bring back a few extra samples. Meanwhile, their alliance partner Alphabet, elevator raised up high. It looks like they've made their way over to their drive team to give their students a better opportunity to get a close look at their robot to navigate some control problems they might be having here. They're able to get a good look, see what they might be able to do. They have scored a little bit so far, so we look forward to seeing what they will continue. Back over on the blue side, we've got 5 specimens scored on that high chamber. Here comes number 6 from Power Cut Robotics. Another 10 points for the Blue Alliance. And then their alliance partner Sirius continues doing what they are doing best. We've got 11, make that 12 samples in the high basket for the Blue Alliance. 45 seconds remaining. It does look like Alphabet might have their elevator stuck up. They've been moving around the front of the field. We do also see a very small Omni wheel right in front of the playing field tile. Endgame coming up now. Blue Alliance in the lead, 248-72. We'll see what our robots plan to do here. Continue to score restore samples and specimens or shift to ascents. It looks like at least one more sample is wanted by a member of the Blue Alliance. Team Orange gets 10 more points with a high chamber. 10 seconds remaining in this match. Contact made in the ascent zone by both members of the Red Alliance. It looks like Team Orange is looking for a level 2 if they can, as time expires in match number 42.
Well, what an exciting one we had here just one match ago in match 41. Laurens, I really badly want to know who won that last match. Let's take a look at the screen for match 41. It's the Blue Alliance taking it with a score of 143 against 41, scoring so much with that tele-op ascent. We haven't seen a lot of ascents, and I'd love to see a couple more in this match. So we have ready for you in match 43. We start off with the Red Alliance. It's team 21-5-47, Audaces. And they're joined by team 19-061, Bogiebots. Let's move it over to the blue side of the field where we see team 19-043, Silease. And their alliance partners, teams 20-90-89, Baguette Dex. Well, we have some very exciting teams on the field right now. 4 roles that are ready to fly for you. So we just gotta wait it out. We're gonna double check, get some measurements done. We wanna know, is it not too long? You can only be 18 inches by 18 inches by 18 inches in FTC. Or I think that's 45.72 by 45.72 by 45.72 centimeters for us metric folks out there. Of course, don't want to make choices, but metric is better. I think one of the teams, probably the Romanian team, judging by the colors, or no, the Venezuelan team. Little bit of a debate about sizes. Everything is relative, obviously, as are distances. Have we taken into account that the robots are very fast? That warps space as well. Floor is a physics teacher. He'll tell you a lot about it after this match. Well, now the referees have put down their flags. That means it's very, very serious. It's a little bit of a debate. Oh, we have a head ref on the field. I think Silease would like an FTA's attention. All the head ref has to decide about that, and they're a little bit busy. I'm sorry about that. They're being asked. So, we could do a wave. Let's start it over there. Bogiebots, I see you guys up in the stand. You guys get to start the wave. So, arms down. Hey, hey. You guys really got to start committing more, man. Well, robot's still being checked. The measuring tape has been put down, so I assume it's no longer a size issue. Well, we had a head ref and a referee and an FTA on the field. Now, just to make it even better, we have our field supervisor and part of FTC Benelux, who is organizing this competition on the field as well. We have the top of the top on here, making sure that this robot is legal. All right, argument is done, or it's being moved to the teams. Not really sure. Well, we had one head ref on the field. One is not all that. We get a second head ref on the field. Maybe we can get a third head ref on there, make sure we're really right. We have a third head ref, she's coming close. Ah, she doesn't go onto the field. That is too bad. All right, I think the call's now being made to take the robot off the field. That is always unfortunate. We also slightly adapt the strategy based on that, so let's see what that means. Fortunately, our Romanian team is off the field. Bogey bots, not gonna fly today. I see a bogey in the sky, but none on the field. Well, no, but oh, okay. Right. Well, because the Romanian team, Bogey Bots, is not playing Audaces, they need a human player back on the field to make sure that they can score their specimen. There she is. A big round of applause for Audaces, their human player. The FTA says we're good. I don't know. The FTA is good. The head ref is good. Lawrence is good. Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, we see 3 moving robots. I'm very curious to see our Venezuelan team. Can they make it? Can they do it on their own when the pressure is on? This is a very tough match. They score 1 specimen. That gives them a lead. But can they get another lead? It's 7 more seconds of autonomous. We're gonna have to wait it out. No more points being scored. The Red Alliance opens Teleop with a 20-point lead, but 1 robot down. Is this gonna be something that they can hold on to? All right. Sileys immediately dropping their specimen. They let it go. We go on to the next one. Now our Venezuelan team moving in sample number 1, sample number 2. And is that going to be sample number 3? It is sample number 3. So, but the Blue Alliance already bringing a lot of samples in themselves to the human player. And scoring now 1 sample in the high basket. That comeback is on. But I'm sure this Venezuelan team is not going to let that happen without a fight. 120, the red lead is only 4 more points. But the specimens have not been scored in Teleop yet. That is going to be a massive difference as well. We only have 1 minute and 5 seconds to play, but now the Blue Alliance, for the first time in this match, takes a lead. There's 1 more minute on the clock. Now we see the Red Alliance also deciding to start scoring specimens. The Blue Alliance has scored 1 specimen of their own. but they also go for the 2. This is Sileys, their best quality. They start scoring specimen in rapid fire mode, and I don't think the Red Alliance is going to be able to keep up with that. It's just such a fast robot. 30 seconds are left. We are in endgame. No one seems to go for an ascent. We're all in on specimen. 19, 18 seconds. Time flies, and there are so many specimen on there. But now Sileys says, okay, we've done them all. We're going for an ascent. Onto that low level and onto the high bar. 5, 4, 3, 2. We have 3 robots off the field. Not a single robot left on the field. That was it for me on field 1. I'm going to bring on Floor to announce the next matches. Corey.
All right, that means it is the end of my road over here on field 2. So Tyne's coming on over to take care of Lovelace field 2, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Good luck, Lovelace.
Yeah, what an exciting match. It took a while with match 43, and now I get to tell you guys this match of scores 42. It's going to be a long announcing period for me. Lauren, show me the scores for match 42. It's the Blue Alliance with 282 points against 110 for Red. What a score. We move on to qualification match 44, where we see the Red Alliance team 23-472, Robotica.gr. They're joined by team 25-905, Yellow IoT. On the other side, we see team 23-732, Peasant Robotics. And they're joined by team 22-933, Akaki Gymnasium Junior Jokers. Well, that is a mouthful to say, but I think we're ready for this match. Let's take it down. It's 3, 2, 1, go. Well, it's another 1v2 match. I think Yellow IoT, unfortunately, not on the field, if I'm correct. Yeah, that is too bad. Always good to see our Yellow IoT. In the meantime, the Blue Alliance making it very tough for already advantaged side. They have 4 specimen on there. 1 specimen was missed. But the Red Alliance scored 3 samples. They are certainly not letting this go without a fight. But bam, that's a 35-point advantage for the Blue Alliance. Well, if you're on your own, that's a tough one to make up for. But they're going to do their very, very best. Quickly picking up 4 samples, ready to go. See, they're grabbing another one. This is going to be a great match to watch. In the meantime, the Blue Alliance bringing in a couple samples of their own. Have they scored some more in the high basket? Unfortunately, not yet, but they're working at it. And there goes the first red specimen with 1:21 on the clock. They got to start scoring quickly. Oop, there goes one of the samples. A flag goes up as well, extending an already pretty big blue lead. We only have 1 more minute. There's 40 points dividing these 2 alliances. It's only 30 now. But once blue starts scoring those specimens, their score is going to rise very quickly. Ooh, they miss another specimen. There goes, this one does go on. It's still 30 points. They are dunking it. It's swinging all around. And boom, boom. I don't even have to watch the blue side. I can hear them scoring. The Red Alliance still working hard, but it is tough in that 1v2 battle. Ooh, almost getting it. 19 more seconds. We're well into endgame. 15 seconds. Ooh, Robot now going for a sense. Wow, that's a very long arm for 22-933. Ooh, are they making contact with the other robot? I don't know. Floor, over to you for your first match back.
All right, I'm glad to be back here at field number 1, Lovelace Division. Before I mention the teams waiting for us for match number 45, let's look at the outcome of match number 43. That match goes to the Blue Lions with 179 against 85. Let's meet the teams on the Red Alliance. Team 18, 306 Stem Cells. They're together with 25-070 Talos Aju Robots. Huge crowd for that. Blue Alliance, we meet team 16-785 Team Probotics. And they're together with 641 the Tater Scots. Let's make sure. All right, we're giving the robots a little bit of time. Had our FTA off the field. It is the Talos team having some jitter in their arm. It seems okay now. Is everybody ready? I see scorekeeping having its thumb in the air. Our head ref is our last. Let's count this down in 3, 2, 1, go. Instant movement for robots. We like to see it that way. One specimen for each division, for each side. Already a second one coming up. No, not yet. Scoring in the high basket for the Blue Alliance. Scoring in the high basket for Red as well. Second one for both alliances. This is equaling out. Well done. And that third one misses. Last moments ticking away. 3 more seconds.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Let's see what happens. The Red Alliance is having some difficulty getting their robot back together. 18-306 now have a working robot. Let's make sure it moves. In the meantime, the Blue Alliance starts scoring in the high basket. It is team 641, the Tater Scots, who opt for that high basket, 8 points per sample. And they try to pick blue ones or yellow ones. They just got hold of a blue one. Let's see now, Red Alliance has started scoring as well. Almost 60 points ahead for the Blue Alliance. Is Red gonna recope? Already on their way with a specimen. They miss. Gonna score it again? Yes, they do. Well done. That is the Talos team. The gray robot now picking up another red sample, trying to score it as a specimen later on. One specimen already waiting for the Red Alliance. In the meantime, we see Team Probotics move their whole specimen line to one side, being able to pick more and keep scoring with 10 seconds before endgame. Let's see what happens. Blue is still ahead, roughly 110 points. It's not a comfortable lead, they want more. 641 keeps scoring in the high basket while the end game has started. Still a lot of specimen waiting for the Blue Alliance, but Red is also scoring specimen. And another one for Probotics, 15 seconds left. 15 seconds before that buzzer. Who's gonna climb? Who's gonna go for the ascent? The Red Alliance is done, a level 2 ascent, and that last specimen didn't make it. Congratulations, teams. Right back with the score. Back to field number 2, Tyne.
Thank you very much, Floor. Well, we had match 45. Let's take a look at the scores for match 44. I'm not sure, is the button? It's not in yet? It is in. Let's take a look at the match scores for 44. And the match goes to the Blue Alliance, scoring 200 points against 133, putting back in the first place. Team 23-7, 32. All right, well, from match 44, we go to 46. There we see team 23-5, 24. It's Robusta. And they're joined by one of my favorite names in the competition, team 28-6, 56, Cosmic Brownies. And on the other side of the field, it's team 23-2, 83, M-Mice. And their alliance partners, team 94-73, Crocobots. Well, we're ready to count it down. It's 3, 2, 1, go. That Bucky's Team Robot quickly scoring a lot of samples. We're being cautioned to be patient on the blue side of the field. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Boom, that's what happens. It's just a one sample, but we've seen a lot of potential on the red side as well. They take a small lead. It's 8 against 3 for the Red Alliance after auto. But we see an early start on the red side. That's going to give a couple more points to the blue side. They need that if they want to catch up. We see the Red Alliance. There's a lot fighting the Blue Alliance for their samples. They want some of those yellow samples themselves, I think. It's a clever tactic. Making it harder for your opponent to score points is as good as points that you score for yourself. Now that M-Mice robot's pushing a couple more pieces of samples into the ground level. Their alliance partners have some specimen lined up. Let's see if they can score them. Meantime, Cosmic Brownies already has added, I think, 2 pieces of sample to that high basket. Let's see if they can add a little more before this game is over. The Red Alliance has a big lead, but I'm sure there was a penalty in there as well. So maybe that brings the Blue Alliance back into it. It's a very, very impressive arm by Cosmic Brownies. It is so quick. It has to be super light to do that. And there goes another Cosmic Brownie, slowly but surely filling up that high basket. We've started endgame already. That means there's only very little time left. But Blue Lions now going for their first piece of specimen. Ooh, it's hooked on, but it's not clipped fully on. We're going to have to look if that falls over. The Red Alliance wants to pass through, or I don't know what they want to do. The Blue Alliance wants to pass through there as well. 2, 1, put down your controllers. Well, Floor, take it on for match 47.
Thank you, Tane. Before we start match 47, let's look at the outcome of match 45 on the screen. Match 45 just played here, goes to blue. Now it's time to meet the teams for match 47. Let's see who's waiting here. On red, 18-9-17, the Agent Group, together with 23-0-70, Royal Turtles. Blue Alliance, Team 99-63, Comets, together with 26-1-22-1, Megabot. All right, we're trying to pace up a little bit. Have our FTA off the field. Hands in the air in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, the Agent Group is scoring a specimen on the red bar. And the Blue Alliance also one specimen ready. That evens out. So far, red is ahead a little bit. That's because of the high basket. But that fourth one does not make it, unfortunately. Taking away the last seconds in autonomous.
Drivers, pick pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And there we go. After it's almost a 2-minute driver control period, let's see who does what. We see Team 9963 delivering samples in the observation zone. Human player turning them into specimen already for scoring later. 1 Megabot is picking up that yellow sample, trying to deliver it to the high basket, and that works. 8 more points for them. The agent group is using a yellow sample to hold a specimen in the air. That really works well. Can they score it? Let's see. Driving up, driving up. Not yet. Takes a little bit of extra time. Can they score it? Ooh, another attempt. And that third attempt should work. And does it work? Yes. But then the other ones comes loose. They already had one on. Now it's still one. Their alliance partner is scoring in that high basket quickly, just keeping the score flowing. 23-070 is filling up that high basket fast. Look at that arm extending.